For almost a decade, Austin has held the spot as the fastest growing region in the U.S. Thousands of people fly in and out of the city daily. However, the city's main airport was built for a region half this size. It has also barely changed in the last 20 years. Crowded gates, endless lines, and delays have become the norm. But all that might change with the biggest airport overhaul Austin has ever seen. In short, the city is spending $4 billion for a top-to-bottom transformation. To understand why this expansion matters so much, we need to look at how we got here. Austin City is the capital of Texas. It's served by two airports, the Austin-Bergstrom International Airport and a smaller Austin Executive Airport. The Austin-Bergstrom Airport, or AUS for short, is the primary airport serving the city. Located about 8 miles southeast of downtown Austin, the airport is a key transportation hub for Central Texas. The Austin Airport was originally designed to handle 11 million passengers each year. However, as of 2024, nearly 21 million people have used it. In 2019, the airport's capacity was increased to 15 million visitors. Yet the actual passenger number was always way past that. This would explain why the AUS ranks as the third busiest airport in Texas. The rising influx of people resulted in unbearably long lines at security, crowded gates, and a slow baggage processing system. Now, it's not entirely fair to blame the passengers for everything. There are some issues with the actual design of the airport too. This is the Austin Airport on a map. It has two terminals, the Barbara Jordan Terminal and the South Terminal. Let's focus on the first one for a while. The Barbara Jordan Terminal is the primary terminal at AUS and handles most commercial flights. It has 34 gates, mostly aligned along a single concourse, kind of like a long hallway with gates branching off. 6 of them deal with international flights. Major carriers like Southwest, American, Delta, United, Alaska, and JetBlue operate from this terminal. On the other hand, we have the small and isolated South Terminal. It's completely separated from the Barbara Jordan Terminal with its own entrance, services, and facilities. The South Terminal is reserved for ultra-low-cost airlines like Allegiant and Frontier Airlines. Because the two terminals aren't physically connected in any way, passengers can't transfer between them without completely exiting the airport and taking ground transportation, like a shuttle or rideshare. That means no quick connections, no shared amenities, and no unified security or baggage system. It also doesn't have the same kind of fancy vibe that's synonymous with the bigger Barbara Terminal. This disconnect is a major headache for both travelers and airport operations. For an airport serving over 22 million passengers a year, this kind of disparity is honestly disappointing. So to solve all these problems, the city of Austin is paying top dollar. In 2019, AUS drafted a 20-year master plan to prepare for its future. Fast forward to the summer of 2022, a $4 billion expansion plan was rolled out for the Austin-Bergstrom International Airport. The program was titled as Journey with the US. It's a multi-year expansion plan that will allow the airport to serve 31 million passengers annually. Here's a quick breakdown of what the airport is getting as part of its makeover. This is what Austin-Bergstrom looks like right now, and this is what will happen to it after 10 years. So right off the bat, you can see that there's a new building connected to the main Barbara Jordan Terminal. This is Concourse B. This concourse will add 20 more gates to the airport and reduce overcrowding at the current ones. There's also room for adding 20 additional gates in the future if the need arises. Unlike the old Southern Terminal, Concourse B will be linked to the Barbara Jordan Terminal via an underground tunnel. The tunnel will feature a moving walkway complete with a sleek finish. Now, there could be some possible objections for choosing an underground link. If you have ever been to an airport, you can easily understand what the issue is. Imagine transitioning from a brightly lit terminal to an underground tunnel packed with people. The experience could be claustrophobic for many. Several airports in US avoid that and use an elevated walkway instead. Why can't it be the case of Austin? You see, if they created an elevated path design, it would have hampered the movement of aircrafts around the concourse. The walkway would have to be high enough to let them pass underneath. The entire Concourse B plus the tunnel is expected to cost $1 billion alone. Austin City Council has also authorized $72 million for engineering and architectural services. During the pandemic, the air traffic to Austin had reduced by 97%. Once travelers felt safe in planes again, AUS started shattering all-time passenger records. This trend will only go upward with time. Hence, AUS will require more aircraft and more space to handle the pressure. In line with this, Delta Airlines is set to launch its first international route from Austin in 14 years. The new destinations will include Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Memphis, San Francisco, Tampa, and even Mexico. The existing airlines like Frontier and Southwest are also expanding their service from Austin with new routes and destinations. This is a positive sign for the airport's future. To accommodate these new aircraft, AUS will need more space to park them. Luckily, Concourse B is designed in such a way that it could be expanded to create a new concourse, a Concourse C, but that's just a thought for the future. As for now, Concourse B is in its design phase and is estimated to open as early as 2030. The site of the planned Concourse B is on top of two existing taxiways. A taxiway is a paved pathway that connects runways with other areas like terminals, hangars, and parking areas. If the new concourse is to be constructed, the old taxiways have to be ripped up first. The new taxiways are planned further down south of Concourse B. They will connect the east and west side of the airfield and provide access to the existing maintenance ramp. With a length of 2 miles, both of them will run parallel to each other. Along their route, they will pass over Emma Browning Avenue. There will be 2 bridges under the taxiway connecting vehicles on the airfield and support services. Once constructed, the bridges will allow 2 sets of planes to simultaneously travel on the taxiways while airfield vehicles cross underneath. The bridges would have to be strong enough to hold planes as heavy as the Boeing 777-300, the largest twin-engine passenger aircraft in the world. Well, that's going to be hard. That would explain why only a few airports have this feature. It's safe to say that Austin Airport is going to be pretty unrecognizable in a few years. And a major reason would be the demolition of the South Terminal. The terminal had only opened in 2017 and had a lifespan of just 8 years. Many airport terminals in the US can be as old as 20 years. So in contrast, the unfortunate terminal had a young death. According to reports, the South Terminal will be demolished by 2026. As a result, Allegiant Airport is shutting down its $75 million operations base at AUS. Unlike planes for other airlines, Allegiant aircraft return each night to their bases. The Austin base has storage for 3 Airbus planes and space for employees to rest and prepare for flights. This out-and-back network reduces costs because the airline doesn't have to pay for crew members' hotel stays. Allegiant Air will still operate flights to and from AUS, but without basing aircraft or crew at the airport. Since AUS will lose its southern wing, it has to prepare in advance. Austin Airport is spending a staggering $241 million on expanding the Barbara Jordan Terminal. The expansion will add over 75,000 square feet over 4 levels. It will also allow for the expansion of Checkpoint 3 from 2 lanes to up to 8 lanes. This space expansion includes the baggage claim, apron, concourse, mezzanine, and roof levels. The airport is also upgrading the technology being used at TSA checkpoints. The new technology provides enhanced detection of threat items, such as weapons, by creating 3D images of the content inside the bag. With the removal of the South Terminal, every passenger that lands has to use the Barbara Jordan Terminal. This gives the airport a perfect opportunity to create a centralized baggage handling system. New conveyor belts will be installed that will add up to a length of 1.5 miles. Once fully completed, the system will process 4,000 bags per hour and will greatly enhance the system's reliability. This means that bags will be less likely to miss their flights, and flights will be less likely to be delayed due to delayed bags. Delivery and installation of the new system began in November 2022. Phase 1 reached substantial completion, and the new system began screening bags in summer 2024. Apart from the interior expansion, the main terminal is also enlarging linearly. The West Gate expansion, as its name indicates, will expand the West Gate beyond Gate 33 and 34. The project will add 84,000 square feet of space across 3 levels. So while the rest of the Babar terminal is a 2-story affair, the West Gate building will have a 3rd mezzanine floor. It will feature 5 new seating areas and 3 new gates. Construction began in the summer of 2023 and is expected to be completed in spring 2026. The West Gate expansion will cost a whopping $164 million. You can clearly see how that all adds up towards the $4 billion bill. The big question is, who is paying this hefty bill? Will the renovation use up taxpayer money? The answer is no. Austin taxpayers are not funding for this expansion. Instead, the cost is covered by airport revenue, which comes from rent and fees charged to airlines and passenger facility charges. The Federal Aviation Administration has also supported the construction as part of the bipartisan infrastructure bill. To date, the airport has secured $47 million in grants for Concourse B and related projects. However, these grants are just the tip of the iceberg. They contribute just 3% to all the overall cost. A project as big as this is surely going to ruffle some feathers. While this airport renovation is in the best interest of the general public, there are some groups that stand in stark opposition. As mentioned earlier, the South Terminal will be demolished in a couple of years, and Allegiant will be forced to relocate. When these plans were made public, Lone Star Airport Holdings sued the city of Austin. For context, Lone Star is the company that operates the South Terminal at AUS. In 2022, the Austin City Council moved to seize the South Terminal's lease rights. The city offered Lone Star $2 million to vacate, an amount the company called objectively offensive. As a response, Lone Star challenged this decision in a federal court. They were given a 30-year lease to operate the facility signed in 2016. So legally, their lease should expire by 2046. However, Austin Airport pulled the plug way sooner. Lone Star had also invested more than $20 million in the South Terminal during its tenure. This early demolition seemed like a betrayal to the company. Austin City Council finally put an end to the legal tussle by approving $88 million as a settlement. The airport's renovation is now slated to be completed by the end of this decade. A U.S. is not alone in getting a major makeover. At least 15 airports across the country are getting an upgrade. We just made a video on the Atlanta airport, which is the busiest airport in America. Find out what's changing and what's not. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Skybuilds.